Time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Brian Davis.
Hello there. Welcome in, everyone. After a very active night, it was. We're still looking at the potential for a few thunderstorms going into this evening. We're going to look at this on Futurecast and kind of lay it out for you, but we still have that severe threat south of I 40. So we're going to be talking about that as well. Let's go ahead and talk about our numbers, though. So far, we've topped out at 94 degrees. So it has not been as hot as recent days, but it's still pretty hot out there. So still take those breaks and so forth. It's going to be a little bit cooler tomorrow, so we're going the right direction. Let's go ahead and take a look at our cameras. 88 right now in Memphis. We've had some nearby storms today that have helped out a little there, but still feels like close to 100. We're not seeing those extreme numbers as high, but they're still there a little bit. 93 at UT Martin right now feels like 103. The reason we don't have a heat advisory, we're not looking at, in most areas, the heat index going over 105. We're at 93 in Savannah, pretty hot there. We may see a heat advisory briefly. 110 is what it feels like there in Savannah. In fact, quite a difference. 88 in Memphis to 95 there in Savannah this evening. There's the temperatures across the board coming in, and we've got 93 in Brownsville, but we got a lot of 80s there north of I-40, looking pretty good there. But it is summer, no doubt. You still need the air conditioner out there. All right, winds are out of the north and west right now, about 10 to up to about 15 miles per hour. So they were right out of the south yesterday. Radar, what I've been seeing, well, there's a little activity that's taking place right now, just starting to develop. Let me kind of pan out here, and you'll see. I was going to say, I'm looking at the satellite there, and you're starting to see some clouds towering high in the sky. We can see that with a trained eye there on the satellite and the radar. And so there we get a little bit of convection starting to try to lift and develop into a shower. Eventually, it'll be a thunderstorm. This is just back west of Jackson and Meaden right now, and just north of Whiteville. So everything is starting to materialize, and you'll see on the Futurecast here that we're going to see more of that activity. Notice we've got severe storms all throughout North Mississippi. They have really taken a hit this year with severe storms. It's like, I know we've had severe storms, but they've had a lot more, and a lot more tornado warnings and so forth. So very active there. But we're starting to see this area of development along and south of I-40. It's going to crank up and get a little bit active here over the next few hours, mainly south of I-40, but a couple of these storms could get severe. So we'll be here tracking any of those storms as they continue to develop. All right, so that's a good look at the radar right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at our surface mount. Low pressure kind of skirting through just to the south of us. That front will continue to drop further and further south. That'll take the rain chances down as it gets further south of us, but it's not far enough south this evening to keep what's going to fire back up in the severe weather, completely out of our viewing area. And you can see we got the marginal, which covers most of the area, the 1 out of 5 throughout just south of I-40. And then you've got the 2 out of 5, which encompasses, they've kind of bumped that a little further north just this evening. So you've got like the southern half of Hardin County, southern part of McNairy County, a little part of Hardeman County included there. And then it covers most of North Alabama, North Mississippi. And then tomorrow, as that front gets further south, the severe weather threat is completely gone. And then we can finally take a breath of relief after those storms get by. Here's the threats that we're looking for right now. There's the hail threat, 5%. So these are much lower than they were yesterday. We do not have a tornado threat of 2% this go round, but a 15% wind damage risk in the yellow areas there. Southern McNairy and Hardin County, Hardeman County as well. And then again, there's a look at that hail. So it's mainly the southern counties that we're looking at for the greatest potential of these wind problems, especially there just south of Selmer and Savannah, Walnut Grove, those areas. Pickwick, you'll need to be kind of on the watch this evening. Check in with us, as that's where things could get going pretty good there. And I'm thinking after about 6 o'clock, it'll be very active south of I-40. Here's Futurecast. You can see there's 7 o'clock right through 8 o'clock. We see that little round. We also have another little round here in the early morning hours. You can see kind of fires up briefly there over southwest Tennessee, kind of migrates slowly off to the south. So we'll kind of have our eyes on that as well. But let's let this replay and you'll see it again. Here's 5 o'clock. Now here's 6 o'clock. You can see the storms firing up through 7. Looks like from about 6 through about 8 o'clock looks to be the most active along and south of I-40. I do not anticipate it to be as bad as it was like the all night situation we had last night. But a couple of rounds there for a couple of hours, 6 to about 8 o'clock tonight, and then around 3 o'clock, 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning, some brief showers and thunderstorms there too. It is what it is, but we'll be here watching all of that very closely. Again, I don't anticipate it to be nearly as bad as what it was with the all night that we had here with the severe weather. Here's a look at our hourly forecast going through the evening. Remember, this is based out of Jackson, so the numbers are really kind of low when you look at that hour by hour, and plus it breaks them down more. But that risk of rain, it will be with us through about 9 o'clock tonight, and then it kind of revamps back up as we go into the wee early morning hours. Again, both windows, though, look to be about 2 hours, so it's not like a 8 hour window like we had last night. That was a tough go for all of us, I know. So we wake up to some patchy fog in the morning, low 70s, and then we start to see the sunshine break out tomorrow, and the rain chance is extremely low tomorrow. I don't look for any more of the severe weather to be on tap for tomorrow. All right, let's take a look at our bus stop forecast. A little bit of patchy fog there in the morning, about 70 degrees, breaking way to mostly sunny skies. And by the time the buses roll in about 3:30 or so there, it'll be about 89. Now, we will go a little above that hour or two later to the low 90s, and we'll take a look at my numbers here in a moment. You can see we'll be dropping for our Friday. It does try to ramp back up slightly there for the weekend, about 93. And then this is the model blend of highs, so the numbers will vary from mine a little bit, but you can see about 90 is what it's showing on Sunday. Still those upper 80s strongly being indicated very consistently over the last few days for like Monday. So that looks good too. Let's take a peek into the weekend. So again, here's the weekend forecast. We're kind of getting very close now. Still, I'm thinking about 93. We'll start off with a little bit of patchy fog, becoming mostly sunny through the day on Saturday. Look at those overnight lows, though. That's going to be really fabulous. 67 for Saturday night, up to 90 there on the high there for Sunday. And we'll be looking at about 66 for Sunday night. That's going to definitely feel like a little bit of September coming in here for us. And to look at your 7-day forecast, so some areas will go as high as 95 this afternoon. Memphis is already, as we speak, brushing 97 on the temperature board right now. That's pretty tough. Went from 88 to 97, heating up very quickly there. But we'll drop to as low as about 69 in some of our areas tonight, back to about 91 tomorrow, starting off with a little bit of patchy fog in the morning, becoming mostly sunny and rain-free. 68 for Friday night, back to 93 on Saturday, keeping it dry through the weekend. Now, I was just looking at the very latest data here, and you're not really seeing it here on this 7-day. You'll see it at 10. But there is looking like some pretty good chances of rain. I mean, this is just like in the last hour in some of the model runs coming in for like Monday into parts of Tuesday. So just a heads up there. You'll see that reflected on the 10 o'clock broadcast coming up a little bit later. And then looks to be continuing in the low 90s. All right, guys. So again, severe threat looks to be trying to ramp up mainly along and south of I-40. From about 6, we could say, to keep it safe there, from about 6 to 9 p.m. That kind of covers the whole window there. And again, areas that got the majority of the severe weather last night, north of I-40, it'll be pretty quiet there this evening. It's mainly going to be south of I-40 this evening from about 6 to 9 p.m. That's the window where we could see these storms begin to develop, mainly damaging winds over the southern counties. And then, some hail threat there, too, south of I-40 this evening. All right, guys, that's it for now. If anything severe starts to break out, we're here watching it, and we'll be jumping in, and we'll be tracking those storms. Thanks, as always, for watching West Tennessee Weather Channel. Take care.
We are West Tennessee Weather Channel.